This is Anthony Effinger at Willamette Week, and I'm back with another episode of Distant Voices. And today I'm talking with Amanda Oborne. She's the Executive Director of the Oregon Entrepreneurs Network. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So we often start these things with one question: how has quarantine been? And that's been going on for a long time, so it's becoming routine. But I'll ask you, how are things going?
Things are going better now. It feels like there's never been a time that we were not in quarantine. So it definitely is starting to feel like a way of life. But I'm super psyched that we had a great event last month, middle of September. We pulled off the finale for the Oregon Angel Food event, Oregon AF, as we call it. This is Lofi, our new mascot.
Lofi is, what is Lofi?
Lofi is a gender non-binary, locally sourced, regeneratively raised, Oregon-shaped loaf of bread with a halo. Bob Smith, local designer, created Lofi as our new mascot for Oregon AF. Bob's amazing, and the whole new world, the world opened up as a result of Lofi's arrival.
That's fantastic. Okay, so Lofi was the mascot for the event, or for the...
Yeah, is the mascot for the event. So the finale was in September. The finale is sort of a culmination of a 3-month process, which is we worked with about 60 food and beverage entrepreneurs this summer who all were working in different ways to build and scale their businesses, all Oregon-based. About 36% identify as people of color founders, about 60% women, all Oregon and Southwest Washington-based food and beverage entrepreneurs. So, we created these sort of mentorship sessions and really cool opportunities for them to connect with folks who can help build their business. And then parallel to that, we were working with about 35 individual investors who all each put a minimum of $5,000 into a pool. And so we originally were shooting to raise about $200,000 to make an angel investment, hence the name Oregon Angel Food, to make an angel investment into one of those companies after they got through a whole due diligence process toward the end of the summer. As it turns out, the investors who were involved got so excited about the company that emerged as sort of the winner after due diligence that we're making about a $1.1 million investment in this company.
Can you tell us about it? Or is
Yes.
this a state secret of some kind?
No, they won at the finale in September, and then we're going to feature them in the OEN Awards that are coming up too. The company's called Take Two Foods. It's an alternative to dairy. It's rejuvenated barley milk. So they take the barley, the spent grain from beer production, and they work magic with it and make it into this alternative dairy beverage, plant-based milk that is so creamy and good, you can cook macaroni with it. Like, this is not just a coffee creamer. This is actually a dairy replacement, plant-based dairy replacement.
Okay, so this is a competitively priced
yes
beverage that fits right in with the others and sounds like it's got some unique attributes. One being that it comes from you're recycling something.
Yeah. Upcycled or rejuvenated, there's all kinds of words for this process now.
Right. Let me get with the program. Right. Thank you. Lofi's going to be angry with me for saying that.
Lofi will haunt your dreams. Actually, Lofi's not that kind of person. Lofi's going to be like riding a dolphin under a rainbow and saying, "Hey, Anthony."
That's the kind of stuff you're doing day in and day out.
Yeah, every day. Every day I'm conjuring $1 million for a food and beverage entrepreneur. Not exactly, but we do have the next big event that we have coming up it's coming up really soon. It's the OEN Entrepreneurship Awards on November 19th. And we're taking a totally new approach with that one too. Although Lofi will not have a sibling, there isn't a mascot for that.
Come on. Come on.
No, but we did completely restructure the whole awards program this year. In the past, it has heavily emphasized growth and revenue. And this year, we felt like that really limited the kinds of companies that end up getting featured. And we wanted to be able to showcase the breadth of entrepreneurship in Oregon. And it's been a crazy year. So we kind of wanted to meet the moment. So we've created this awards ceremony that's built around 4 words that capture entrepreneurship in 2020. And the words are create, disrupt, overcome, and give. So there'll be 3 winners in each category that are presented at the awards show, 100% virtual show on the night of the 19th. But every attendee gets this awesome gift bag that's full of goodies from the entrepreneurs and from some of our Oregon AF entrepreneurs. There's a bottle of wine in there, there's a little party hat in there. There's, ways to make it a fun celebratory evening, because Lord knows everybody's sick to death of Zoom calls.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, that's fantastic. How is company birth and idea generation happening? Is it up, down, sideways during this quarantine period?
As far as brand new companies, I don't think we've quite hit the moment where they're coming online in droves yet, but I think we will. Like, I think the wave of innovation that we're going to see over the next couple of years is going to be completely off the chain. I mean, I think right now there are people who they've been adapting, stabilizing, pivoting, whatever they need to do to get through this year. And some of them are really well poised, like their business model or their product development roadmaps for the next 2 years have been slammed into these last 6 months. So there's been a ton of acceleration of companies, but new companies, I think we'll see a ton of that over the next 2-3 years.
It's got to be. I mean, there's been so many unexpected winners in this, right? I mean, I'm sure that we all know about the losers and we mourn them and it's terrible. But
Right.
gosh, there's been some just unbelievable winners. People have adapted to this.
Well, and it's true, every time there's a major economic downturn, you see a spike in entrepreneurship, because people, they may have gotten laid off from their jobs, they have more time, they've been nurturing an idea for a while, and they feel like now's the time to do it. Or just, necessity is the mother of innovation. Like, people get really adaptive when they have to. So I expect to see pretty cool things come out of our region over the next couple of years.
That's really interesting. I always quote to people as a business journalist that some of the best companies in the world were born during big downturns. I think GE was, I think Microsoft was, and I think Cisco, the networking company, was.
I mean, I think this has been a turning point for a lot of people, not just COVID, but also the social unrest, the election we're in the midst of. All of this stuff is waking people up in a really serious way, I think, to the things that are important to them and the things that the world needs. And they're ready to dig in and do something new for themselves and something new that has meaning in the world. I really feel that energetic shift right now. And so I think the innovation is going to come across the board in every sector. I think one that's really interesting that doesn't get a lot of airtime probably is life and biosciences. I mean, that seems obvious just with COVID vaccination and stuff like that people are working on. But digital health, and I just feel like it's sort of a Cambrian era of innovation that's coming in the life and biosciences sector.
I like that.
I think that could be huge over the next couple of years. And Oregon there's a lot going on here between OHSU and the Oregon Bioscience associations. Like, there's a lot of the makings here for some really interesting stuff. ABSCI's right over the river in Vancouver. There's all kinds of cool stuff happening in that sector.
So, not to be glib or funny after that, but how about in the food space? Are we seeing? Is there going to be a bunch of innovation in the snack food area? Because I tell you what, when we go to Costco, we come back with bags of that stuff.
Yeah, what I saw especially through Oregon Angel Food this year, is all of the plant-based innovation. I mean, there's a ton of that. I could, you and I know I have a background in food and agriculture, so I could talk for hours about this, but all of the plant-based, dairy alternative, meat alternative, just everything related to climate change and health and people's desire to just do better by the planet and their own bodies. Gluten-free, all the food sensitivities, like, there's just an explosion of products in that category. In the spirits category too, let's get real. Like, we're all pounding some some bourbon in the last couple of days, I imagine. But there's a really cool company that I'm super excited about called Wayward Spirits, where, much like Take Two Foods, where I was talking about earlier, that they're taking spent brewery grain and upcycling it into an alternative dairy product. There's this other company, Portland based, Wayward Spirits, that's taking the whey from cheese making and turning that into a hard spirit that's kind of like vodka, but more velvety. It's a white spirit, but it's got a velvety mouthfeel and freaking delicious. Best martinis.
Oh my God, no kidding.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like something we should go out with Lofi and have a few of those.
There we go. There we go.
I hear, I
I
hear,
haven't seen Lofi drunk yet, but I'm imagining it'll be good.
oh, Lofi parties.
The hearts coming out of Lofi's head are going to be great instead of bubbles.
Oh my God. Amanda, this is really great. I am so thankful that you could do this today. I find this uplifting and really fun. And innovation is what's going to save us, right?
Yeah, totally.